fun and exciting day here at Mizzou as the Tigers extend the contract of Gary Pinkel and raises for him and the staff, and we're joined by Mike Alden to talk about it. And certainly something that was in the works. I know you and I first talked about it back in December, that this was something you wanted to get done for Coach Pinkel and his staff. And how excited are you to announce his extended deal today through the year 2020?
Well, we are very excited. You know, the job that Gary has done for us, Ben, at the University of Missouri, for Tiger Nation, has been terrific. If you think about the success that he's had academically, the success he's had throughout the community, and the success we've had competitively, it's just been outstanding. The winningest coach in the history of the University of Missouri, coming off a 12-2 season last year, number 5 in the country. For us to be able to get an opportunity not only to extend his contract, but to reward him and his staff for the job that they've done, we feel really good about that and very excited.
And of course, you know, longevity and future security are so important in college football right now. How much has that helped Coach Pinkel and the staff, having that number in place, a 7-year extension, as they're out on the recruiting trail and they continue to build the program?
Well, I think it's very important. I don't think there's any doubt that what you want to do is continue to show around the country stability in the things that we're doing and consistency. And so when you can look at a program like Mizzou, that over the course of the last 10 years has had a lot of success, and that there's going to be consistency of the people leading that effort, I think it gives people an awful lot of confidence. And so it was important. It's important to make not only a reward and a recognition for the job here, but I think it's important that you're making a statement nationally that this is who we are, this is what we believe in, and this is what we're committed to.
I'm not asking you to speak for him when I ask this, but just knowing him, everyone likes a raise, but how important is it to him this current $200 million investment in facilities? Because he's been very vocal about it since he joined the SEC. Everybody needing to step their game up and improve that. How important is that aspect to him in his overall happiness here and longevity?
It's extremely important. I think that investment in what we're trying to do, particularly when we made the decision to step into the SEC, you had to know that you had to invest. You had to step up. You had to do things to make sure that you can elevate everything that we're doing at Mizzou to be competitive in this league and competitive nationally. And those facilities were critically important to our decisions when we made the move to the SEC, that not only were we going to talk about it, you were going to be committed to it, and you were going to do it. And that's what's taken place. And I think for Coach Pinkel, our football program, but really all of our sport programs, Ben, that's a huge thing, and we're committed to it, and we're glad we're able to get this thing moving.
Is this kind of one of those times where you get a little reflection? I mean, I think back to whenever I was a student here, 10, 12 years ago, and then 2007 and 2008 happened, and all the winning, all the growth on campus, the growth in the sports park we've seen and are seeing right now. Is this kind of one of those moments where you look back and think about all that the winningest coach in Mizzou history has done and what we hope he does in the coming years?
You do. I think there are various times that you do have an opportunity to step back and reflect, appreciate, reminisce about things that had taken place and then going forward. And for me, this is probably one of those times. I think you have a chance to do that. I mean, did I think that I'd one day, as an athletic director, work with the winningest coach in the history of our institution, knowing that the person that was the winningest coach is a guy whose name is on the stadium? No, I didn't know if that would ever happen. Never thought about it, never thought maybe something like that could happen. And when that does happen, and you know that you're working with a person that's committed to this institution, doing things the right way, I think it's such a, it's a great feeling, and it's something I think that I'll be able to really think about even more as time goes by.
And to me, that's kind of part of the story of Gary Pinkel here is, when he first got here and Brad Smith and building the program and all that kind of stuff, and even through the Chase Daniel years, there was a lot of winning and the program was growing. But I just have noticed in being back here since 2011, there's so much emphasis on, social responsibility, academics, and as we've seen in the numbers, I just shake my head at the way the program's excelling on all those levels, don't you?
I do, and it makes you so proud. I think it makes, hopefully, our faculty, staff, and our students and everybody around Tiger Nation are really proud of that. I think they are, because as you look at that, not only are you winning on the field. I mean, when we were in the Cotton Bowl, and I'm looking up there on that big screen they had at AT&T Stadium, and they were talking about our graduation rate, how well our kids have done academically, and then we know what they do in the community. I mean, there's just such a sense of pride in that. So that when people around the country, Mizzou people around the country, are talking about Mizzou, I hope they're able to do that with a sense of pride that not only are we winning, but our young men are doing so outstanding of a job academically in the classroom and throughout the community too. And it's amazing. It's been great to be able to see that, and it's great that we're going to be able to continue that.
It's really great to see the impact in the kids. I bumped into Sheldon Richardson here last night at the basketball game, and just to talk to him and talk to the players like you and I do almost every single day, to see the impact that he's made as the head coach here is almost staggering at times, to see how much the program that he's built means to them.
It is. Sheldon, I ran into him last night too when we were there. Coney Ely was there last night. We were talking about some things. One of our current guys, a guy that's going to the NFL now. But even Ashley Wysong. I was with Ashley Wysong, who was an 800-meter runner for us just a couple weeks ago when she was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Here's a non-football player, right, but a great athlete for us. The sense of pride that she has because that message. She lives in California. That message going out there about what's going on with Mizzou through maybe the lens of football, or through the lens of wrestling, or through the lens of basketball, or through the lens of softball, really raises that sense of pride across the board with all of our former students. And yeah, it's pretty special. To be able to see Sheldon talk about that last night, or Coney, or Ashley Wysong, or others, makes you feel real good to be a part of that.
Fun day, exciting news, and we appreciate you carving out a few minutes for us here on Mizzou Network. Thank you, Mike.
You got it, Ben. Thank you very much.
That's Mizzou Athletic Director Mike Alden discussing the new contract for Gary Pinkel. Get all of the details on Coach Pinkel's new contract, the salary increase for him and his assistants, and all that at MUTigers.com.